I was arrested for streaking at a golf tournament.
The man dressed up as a tree right behind me, slowly crossing the road, kind of holding up traffic.
He's coming at us with a large piece of equipment that could crush easily all of us.
Put your hands up. Do it now. I know you're not a plant. Slowly. Drop that.
This dude is butt-ass naked. What the f?
One September day in Lufkin, Texas, 32-year-old Tasha Sponsler was on the ground in handcuffs and under arrest for suspicion of shoplifting at a beauty supply store. But Lufkin PD would soon find out that Sponsler wasn't going quietly. After she was put in the back of a police cruiser, officers began to search Sponsler's backpack for evidence. That's when somehow she freed herself from her seatbelt, and then her handcuffs, climbed into the front seat of the vehicle, and...
Yeah, about that. God dang! Hey! God! What the hell?
Police dash cam from the stolen vehicle showed Sponsler's POV as she raced south on US 69 and led officers from 4 different departments on a dangerous high-speed chase. Eventually, Sponsler lost control of the vehicle and spun out of control.
No weapons on him.
What's the window? What's the window?
Where's the window punch? Window punch!
Window punch! Window punch!
Cover, cover!
I got cover.
After a more than 20-minute chase, Sponsler was once again in custody. Sponsler was charged with evading arrest with a vehicle, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, escaping custody, and aggravated assault against a public servant. She pled not guilty, but a jury later found Sponsler guilty on all charges, and due to her prior record, which included convictions for evading arrest and burglary, she was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Home surveillance cameras can help people feel safer and more secure, most of the time. But when Sylvia Dungan played back her security footage just weeks after installing them, she got quite a shock.
We had just installed the camera, and when we woke up that morning, watching it, on our phone, it was just like, what the heck?
Instead of a series of package deliveries or even potential burglaries, what the Dungans saw was completely unexpected and extremely strange. 33-year-old Roberto Arroyo appeared to look straight into the camera, then turned to the intercom and proceeded to lick the button. A lot. According to police reports, Arroyo licked the intercom for a full 30 seconds. Eventually, police say, Arroyo took a break, sitting down on a bag of soil, playing with a sprinkler head, and taking a quick nap.
Maybe he figured, hey, this is my home. I don't know. It was just so weird.
When he woke up, Arroyo pulled something out of his pocket and pressed it against the camera for over 10 minutes. Police suspect it was either tobacco or marijuana, but don't know why he was so keen on showing it off.
He wasn't doing anything that was harmful or hurtful. It was just very weird.
Eventually, Arroyo wrapped up his adventure by grabbing some extension cords and taking them across the street, where they were retrieved the following day. In total, police say he was in front of the Dungan home for for 3 hours. They soon linked the image on the video to Arroyo, whose mugshot from a previous arrest they say matched the doorbell cam footage. He'd been on probation for possession of a controlled substance, being under the influence of a controlled substance, and destruction of evidence. Salinas PD issued a warrant for his arrest. And just 4 days after the Dungans doorbell camera adventure, they arrested Arroyo and charged him with prowling, petty theft, and probation violation. According to police, Arroyo laughed when they showed him the doorbell cam footage and claimed he didn't recall what he was doing at the time of the incident. Salinas PD submitted the full report to the Monterey County DA, who ultimately declined to file the case, and the charges were dropped.
This is nothing compared to horrible crimes that are happening right now. But a camera system, security system, it's good to have that.
When first responders arrived at a vehicle accident in Ocala, Florida, witnesses told them that one of the drivers had fled the scene on foot, and after getting a description of the suspect, it probably wasn't too hard to find him.
'59 Stormer 1012 about the 8900 block.
While on his way to the accident scene, Deputy Kip Peterson spotted a man who seemed to fit the description.
Come here. Come here. Yo! Hey!
Though he seemed aware of the deputy's presence, 18-year-old Andrew Humphreys continued his slow escape attempt, completely naked.
59 Stormer. I'm 1012. He's walking southbound. He's not willing to stop for me. What's the deal, my man? Come over here. That's fine. Come over here. Right here in front of my car. What's the deal, man? Why are you naked? Were you in that accident up the road there?
Yes, sir.
No? Hey.
Humphrey soon found another way to get into trouble with the law.
Why would you try to open up my driver's door? Are you kidding me, dude? Let me explain to you why you're in cuffs. All right, you tried to open up the driver's door of a police car. In addition to that, you are absolutely naked, my man. Another thing, not normal. I got Megs coming to check you out. Are you gonna give them a hard time? What's that?
Humphreys begins to scream and kick the patrol car.
Stop! 59 Stormer. Go ahead and start another unit. I'm also going to need a supervisor to respond, reference damage to my vehicle.
Sheriff's office photos captured the damage Humphreys caused to Deputy Peterson's vehicle. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of criminal mischief and pled guilty to the lesser of 2 charges. The other was dropped. Humphreys was sentenced to 2 days in jail with credit for time served and given 1 year probation. Police in the Southern California city of Riverside had spent over 2 years searching for someone they say had been breaking into local businesses after hours. And their suspect had a strange and unusual method of escaping detection. After examining security footage from over 70 victimized businesses, investigators determined they had a serial burglar on their hands. And police say his technique never changed. Remove a window pane, climb inside, and then Riverside PD dubbed him the snake burglar after his method of slithering across the floor to avoid motion detectors before breaking into a business's safe. Police finally caught a break when a security agent monitoring cameras for a local business noticed someone peering inside and pulling weather stripping off a window. Police were called and they arrested 32-year-old Christopher Michael Jackson. He was charged with burglary and grand theft over $950, pled not guilty, and is awaiting further hearings. And because Jackson was found to be concealing methamphetamine during booking, additional narcotics charges were added. Jackson also had 7 outstanding warrants stemming from his arrest for prior commercial burglaries. One October night in Washington State, Officer Jordan Hillstrom of the Longview Police Department responded to a noise complaint at the apartment of video gamer Jared Hamilton. What happened next surprised both men and dozens of people who watched it unfold live on the internet. The neighbor who called in the complaint told police that Hamilton was being too loud while interacting with other gamers on a live streaming site.
Sir, listen to me for a second, okay? I have to come to understanding that you're going to understand that when I leave...
I have to come to understand that you understand that I have rights, and unless you are holding me here for a crime...
I am, actually, I am.
You are.
Dispel any...
You really want to call your sergeant in for that? Do you really want to do that? Okay, well, I would like to close my door, so you might want to bring your sergeant here.
Your door's not going to close yet, okay?
That's what the last cops that came here told me, and then I closed my door. So... yeah, and they came for some bullshit over this guy complaining about some other... There's a lot of druggies in here. I smoke pot and I drink beer, okay? That's what I do. I take dabs.
You're causing more of a problem than your druggy neighbors, though, than anybody else in this apartment, though.
You don't even know what you're talking about. That's cool that you try and act like you know what you're talking about, but you have no clue what you're talking about, Officer Hillstrom. So, I'd like to say goodnight to you. Have a good night.
That's not going to happen until you give me information.
I'm not giving you my information. I have no reason to give you my information. I did not commit a crime. You have no reason to suspect me of a crime. You have no evidence of me committing a crime.
Well, I actually do. So
what is your evidence?
So a misdemeanor being committed in a officer's presence and is in the fact that I can hear you when I'm coming up the stairs. It is.
How can you prove that it was me, though?
Your voice is very distinct, okay?
My voice is distinct.
It is distinct, yes. It's
and that's...
You're wearing headphones, and you're being very immature right now and will not talk to me and take the headphones off.
Oh, I can take the headphones off.
You're being honestly, you're being a child right now by trying to play these games with me. And honestly, how old are you? Probably 30 years old, and you're playing a 6-year-old game. I have kids. Kids play these same nonsense games you're playing now. Very immature of what you're doing.
I'm not trying to be immature. I'm trying to protect my rights.
All I want to do is get your information and make sure we can talk to him. You know what? Keep it down. Tone it down a little bit, and we'll get out of here. This is the deal.
You're actually being live streamed right now.
Well, that's fine. And
how many people are watching?
Hey, sir, stay over here, please. Stay over here.
I'm here. There's 62 people watching me right now.
Well, that's fine. They can have a good time watching this. I don't care.
Webcam? See the webcam with the blue lights on it? Oh, you're being broadcast. So don't violate my rights because you will be fired for it.
You know what? 99% of Americans in this city, when we have the same type of interaction, they give me the name and date of birth. Maybe you're being judgmental about
my own business, doing my own thing.
Okay, step
I
in the
don't know
hallway,
what the problem is tonight.
Come here. Come step in the hallway with me, please.
Why do I have to step in the hallway?
Because I asked you to.
For what?
Let's just go here, okay? Walk that way, please. Walk that way, please.
Why are you guys harassing me? You guys are taking me out of view of the camera.
Yes.
I'm doing nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
For what?
Hamilton was arrested for unnecessary noise and obstructing a law enforcement officer.
You're gonna leave my door while I'm right now? And I have important things that need to come with these things. Like what? Like my cell phone, my wallet.
Less than an hour later, 28-year-old Benjamin Frostad, Hamilton's neighbor, entered Hamilton's apartment and began robbing him. Right in front of a live stream camera.
What's he doing?
Hey, so don't worry about that.
Stuff, dude.
Seemingly unbeknownst to him, viewers on the live stream witnessed Frostad stealing a high-priced pair of sneakers, headphones, a propane torch, a wallet, a watch, and a cell phone.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude needs to go to jail, bro.
Dude, that guy is going to jail. That kid just f***ed up his life.
Yeah, that was on camera. Way to go.
They called the cops?
I'm trying to get a hold of him now.
Viewers watching the live stream called Longview police, and Frostad was soon arrested. Hamilton was charged with unnecessary noise and obstructing a law enforcement officer. He pled guilty to unnecessary noise, was sentenced to 25 hours of community service, and fined $43. The obstruction charge was dismissed. Frostad was charged with residential burglary and 3 counts of second-degree theft. He pled guilty and is awaiting sentencing. Driving in Southern California can be a major hassle. So the last thing Los Angelinos needed on this June morning was a strange publicity stunt to make their commute even worse. The traffic jam that paralyzed downtown LA for nearly 2 hours was the work of one man, rapper Alexander Dunn, who goes by the hip-hop handle Defray.
We'd been out in Los Angeles making music, but we were struggling to get any traction in the rap game. And one day, driving on the 405, my buddy looked up at the freeway sign. He said, dude, that's it. And the idea was born then. Man, that day we were so nervous. I had a ladder in a pickup truck, and my buddy was driving. And it was like 6 in the morning because we wanted to do it during rush hour. We locked the ladder in place. I get up there. Boom, now I'm on the freeway sign. I'm like, this is really happening. So it's me up there on the 110 freeway, downtown Los Angeles, okay? There's cars rushing by. I'm shaky. And I start taking out my signs, hanging my Defree banner, my fight pollution, not each other. I got my bullhorn, because I knew I'm gonna be up there for a while. That was the plan.
Within 30 minutes, emergency vehicles and law enforcement were on the scene, shutting down the 6-lane freeway and attempting to shut down Dunn.
I'll be on your freeway sign today, and I got something to tell y'all. It goes like this. Hey, hey, you leave me in my box. Hey, hey, stop. Well, y'all. Fight pollution, not each other.
Since Dunn wouldn't climb down, emergency crews set up an inflatable air cushion for everyone's safety.
And they had the hostage negotiator out there start talking to me from the ground.
I want to tell you something. I love you, man. And I love police officers.
You know, they're like, come on, man. You know, you're messing up all these people's day. And eventually they started coming up on the sign. Then I noticed everything was kind of closing in on me slowly. And I'm like, oh my God, they're about to get me. So I climbed up on top. At this point, like, all the nerves are gone. I'm just like, I'm one with the freeway sign, and I'm here to make my stand. So I climbed all the way to the other side of the freeway. I, like, evade them.
Yeah, we gotta go to jail tonight. Yeah, he's not on drugs. Do a backflip! Do a backflip!
So I started talking to the cops. I said, all right, man, I'll come down, but you gotta let me do a backflip onto the thing. They're like, absolutely not, no way. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna stay up here all day. Backflip or nothing.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do a backflip.
It was a pretty good backflip. I give it like an 8. I almost missed the pad. I hit like the corner of the pad. But it was like falling on pillows, man. And then they pulled me up and handcuffed me.
That's crazy.
Then they put me on a stretcher, put me in an ambulance, and take me to jail. It's funny because in the holding tank, I'm in downtown LA, like all the gangbangers and stuff, and here I am just like wearing my underwear, like in my boxers. And everyone's like looking at me like, what are you in here for? I was like, dude, you wouldn't believe it if I told you.
City Attorney Mike Feuer promised in a statement to hold the defendant accountable for his reckless, selfish actions. Dunn was charged with resisting arrest, maintaining or committing a public nuisance, 2 counts of trespassing, failure to comply with a lawful order, and failure to obey a sign or signal by a pedestrian. He pled no contest to maintaining or committing a public nuisance, 1 count of trespassing, and failure to comply with a lawful order. The other charges were dismissed. Dunn was sentenced to 90 days in the LA County Jail, plus 36 months probation and 8 days community service. He was also ordered to pay $14,000 in restitution and fines. Dunn was released after serving just 3 days due to overcrowding in the jail.